the Chairman. I just thought it appropriate to report on the Fire Authority. As members will recall, just prior to Christmas, we had what I hope you agreed is a very professional presentation from the Chief Fire Officer, Mr. Webb, on the economic, on the financial position going forward. And I think those that were able to attend found that a very useful session. What I would report on that particular matter is that officers of the Fire Authority are continuing to work on cost-saving measures. I was hoping to be able to report a little more on that this evening, but certainly I think I will have the information. I have to attend a meeting this Wednesday, so at the next council meeting I will be able to give put some substance onto agreed savings going forward, which I think is particularly good news. The second item, which I thought would be pertinent, I think most members will know, of course, that there was a significant fire prior to Christmas at Pilnings Road, and I thought just a little bit of detail would be encouraging to members. I would have to say at the outset, my position still remains that I am working for no cuts within the Rutland setup as far as our fire is concerned, fire brigade is concerned. But I think members will know, on the 19th of December, there was a significant fire in Pilnings Road. Now, this particular site, this particular property, is deemed as a site-specific risk with a 4 appliance attendance. So you know that we audit various businesses around the whole county. They have ratings as to whether they, and this one was 4 appliance specific, so it immediately means that 4 fire units have to be brought into play. Now, it just so happens that within an hour just before, there had been an automatic response, fire response from Reed Plastics, RPC, which meant that the 2 units were out from our Oakham station. But nevertheless, the call went out at 18:09, and within 6 minutes, the first Oakham appliance was in attendance. Because our second appliance was actually at RPC, and it's a 4 unit specific, Bilston were next to arrive, Bilston, at 18:21, followed by Melton Mowbray at 18:35, and then Oakham's second unit was released because that incident had been dealt with, and that arrived at 18:36. So we had all 4 units there, certainly within the first one within the 10-minute criteria. The fire was in a big building, 50 metres by 50 metres, 3 stories high. So later we had the high ladder unit came so that it could be directed down, the water could be directed downwards. And I certainly read in the paper that in all 8 units were supplied. And that meant we had cross-border from Stamford helping and all over. So it does show, the Chief Fire Officer mentioned resilience, and it does show the resilience of the station and the Fire Authority across the borders. Because the Oakham units were into play, what we actually did, they then called out from Market Deeping one of their fire units, which then parked in the Oakham station to take yet another call should there be another incident. So this brief resume is just to really outline the resilience of the service and the way that it actually works when you have a fairly significant fire. The fire was contained, it was put out, and I think from our leader, I think we were saying the fire brigade were congratulated for the professional way that they dealt with that. So I think it's a good news story. Having said that, I'm still working to ensure that we have the minimum disruption going forward to our service in Rutland as a county. Thank you.
I have a question on the back of that, Madam Chairman. I'm surprised to hear that the Uppingham unit wasn't called. Market, Melton Mowbray and Bilston, but no mention of the Uppingham unit, which presumably is the closest.
No, very obvious question. The Uppingham unit, as you would have taken, I'm not sure if you were at the presentation, it's not always available, quite frankly. It is crewed by people who work in and around the town, and there is a logging in and logging off system. And because of work demands, and perhaps people on holiday or sick, that unit had been signed out for that particular afternoon. And that very often is the case. I think the figure was that it is normally 60% available in Oakham because of the nature of that particular